Have you ever felt that quiet flicker of fear, that whisper of unsteadiness, when your legs don't feel quite as solid as they used to, getting out of bed? Or that brief pause before stepping off a curb, a moment of calculation where there once was none? That tiny moment of doubt isn't just in your head. It's a shared experience, far more common than you might imagine. According to the CDC, 1 in 4 adults over the age of 65 experiences a fall every single year. And here is the part that often goes unspoken. If you've fallen once, your chances of falling again are doubled. These aren't just minor stumbles. 1 out of every 5 falls leads to a serious injury, like a broken bone or even trauma to the head. And yet, so many of these moments are preventable. You don't need sophisticated gym equipment. You don't need to run marathons or lift heavy weights. What you do need is simple, steady, daily movement. Exercises that quietly rebuild the strength in your legs, restore your sense of balance, and return your confidence, one step at a time. That is precisely what we are going to do together today. In this session, I will guide you through 7 gentle movements you can do in the comfort of your own home. They are designed to protect you from falls, strengthen the very muscles that keep you upright, and bring a little more freedom back into every step you take. If you've ever had the thought, "I refuse to be the person who ends up in the hospital from a simple fall," then this is for you. And if you find value in practical, gentle health guidance like this, please take a moment to press the like button, subscribe to Health 365, and share your thoughts in a comment below. I would love to hear how these movements feel for you. Now, let's begin with one of the simplest, yet most powerful habits for strengthening your legs. You don't even need to leave your chair. Are you ready? Let's start with something incredibly simple, but deeply profound. All you need is a chair. This movement is called the sit to stand, and it mirrors an action you already perform every single day. But here is the truth that most people overlook. The ability to rise from a chair without using your hands is one of the clearest indicators of lower body strength and a powerful predictor of your ability to remain independent as you age. I remember a gentleman, Mr. Raymond, a 72-year-old retired postman. He told me he hadn't realized how much strength his legs had lost until the day he couldn't get up from his favorite armchair without pushing off with both hands, a grunt escaping his lips. "It just snuck up on me," he said. "I thought I was just getting tired, but really I was losing my foundation." The sit to stand is more than an exercise. It's an awakening for your thigh muscles, your glutes, and your hips, the very muscles that hold you steady when you walk, climb stairs, or simply stand for more than a few minutes. Here is how you can begin right now. Find a sturdy chair, one with a firm seat and no wheels. Sit tall, with your feet flat on the floor and your knees aligned over your ankles. Now, gently press through your heels and stand up. If you can, do it without using your hands. Then, with full control, slowly lower yourself back down. That is 1 repetition. It may feel effortless, or it may surprise you with the effort it requires. Either way, that is your body waking up. Aim for just 8 to 10 repetitions a day to start. Think of it not as a workout, but as reclaiming your legs, 1 motion at a time. And if rising without your hands feels too difficult today, that's perfectly all right. Use your arms for support, but focus on standing slowly and with intention. Strength always returns with repetition. Now that we've begun to activate those large support muscles, let's move a little lower, toward your calves. These muscles are often neglected, but they are absolutely vital for your circulation and your balance. You may not think much about your calves until the day you trip on a small step or feel unsteady on uneven ground. But these muscles at the back of your lower legs are more critical than most people realize, especially after 70. They act like little auxiliary heart pumps. Every time you walk or shift your weight, your calves help push blood back up toward your heart. But when these muscles weaken or stiffen, as they naturally can with age, you lose both power and circulation. This is where the heel raise comes in. Its simplicity is deceiving. It is a quiet powerhouse of a movement. I once met a woman named Linda, 74, who had given up her morning walks because her feet felt heavy and slow. "My legs just don't seem to push off the ground anymore," she told me. I showed her this one small movement. Within 2 weeks, she noticed her steps felt lighter, and the cramping in her legs had eased. Here is how you can do it. Stand behind a chair or near a counter for support. Place your feet about hip-width apart. Slowly, lift your heels, rising up onto the balls of your feet. Imagine you are trying to reach a shelf just out of reach without using your arms. Hold for a moment, then slowly lower your heels back to the floor. It's that simple. But when done daily, this small motion improves blood flow, strengthens your calf muscles, and, most importantly, trains your body to push off the ground with purpose as you walk. Try for 10 to 15 repetitions. If your balance feels shaky, rest your fingertips gently on a stable surface. Over time, you may find you need less support, which is a wonderful sign of progress. If your ankles feel tight or your legs begin to shake, don't be discouraged. It simply means those muscles are re-engaging after a long rest. Once your calves start doing their job again, you'll feel more grounded, more supported, and that's just the beginning. Now, let's take a seat again, because our next movement works a different but equally important part of your lower legs, one that helps prevent those startling stumbles over rugs, curbs, or uneven floors. Let's talk about something you don't hear about often, but which could save you from a nasty fall. The muscles at the front of your lower legs, right beside your shins. These muscles are responsible for lifting your toes as you walk, especially when you step forward or over a small obstacle. When they become weak or sluggish, which often happens after 60, you might begin to drag your feet without even realizing it. And that's how it often starts. You catch your toe on the edge of a rug, a doorway threshold, or a step that's just an inch higher than you expected. And in an instant, you're going down. A dear friend of mine, Joseph, 69, fell in his own kitchen over nothing more than the corner of a bath mat. "It wasn't even a big trip," he told me later. "But my foot just didn't lift fast enough. It felt like it was stuck in slow motion. So I taught him toe taps." He laughed at first. "That's it?" he asked. But 2 weeks later, he told me his feet felt lighter and far more responsive. "I'm not shuffling anymore," he said with relief. Here's how it works. Sit in a firm chair with your heels planted on the floor. Now simply begin lifting the front of your feet, raising just your toes off the ground, and then lowering them again. Tap up and down in a steady, gentle rhythm for 30 to 60 seconds. What you are doing is reawakening the muscles that ensure your toes clear the floor with every step, so they don't drag. You may be surprised. After a few moments, you might feel a slight warmth or tightness along your shins. That is a good sign. It means those sleepy little muscles are waking up. Do this daily, perhaps while watching the news or enjoying your tea. It takes less than a minute, but the reward is immense. The freedom to walk confidently without fearing what's underfoot. Once your feet and ankles are more responsive, it's time to build something even more crucial: your balance. Because strength is one thing, but staying upright when the world shifts around you is another entirely. Let's talk about balance. Not the kind you see in a yoga studio, but the everyday kind. The kind that keeps you steady when someone bumps into you at the grocery store, or when you reach down to pick something up from the floor. After the age of 70, your ability to balance becomes one of the strongest predictors of how long you can live independently. And yet many of us don't realize it's fading until it's nearly gone. Here is a simple way to check in with yourself right now. Stand up and try lifting one foot just slightly off the ground. Can you hold it for 10 seconds? 15? Or do you immediately find yourself wobbling or reaching for support? I remember Ellen, a sharp and spirited 76-year-old who lived alone. One day, she told me she nearly fell while simply putting on her slippers. Not walking, not running, just standing on one leg for a moment too long. It felt like my body couldn't catch up with my brain, she said. That was her wake-up call. So we started practicing single-leg stances every day. Within a few weeks, she was not only steadier, but more confident. I don't dread the stairs anymore, she told me with a smile. Here is how to do it safely. Stand near a wall, a kitchen counter, or the back of a sturdy chair. Shift your weight onto one foot, then gently lift the other foot off the ground. It doesn't need to be high, just clear of the floor. Hold it there for 10 to 15 seconds, then switch sides. At first you may feel shaky. That is completely normal. Balance is not just about muscle, it's a conversation between your brain, your nerves, and your reflexes, all learning to communicate again. Do this 2 or 3 times on each side every day. You can even do it while brushing your teeth or waiting for the kettle to boil. Over time, your body will begin to react faster. Your ankles will become more responsive. Your hips will learn to stabilize you. And that fear of falling? It begins to fade. Now that your balance is awakening, let's get the whole body moving in harmony. Your legs don't walk in isolation. They work with your hips, your core, and your arms. That connection matters more than you might think. There's something almost childlike about marching in place. It can remind us of school days, of music, of simply having energy to burn. But don't let its simplicity fool you. This movement is one of the best ways to reconnect your lower body to your upper body and remind your brain how to coordinate it all. After 70, it's not just weak muscles that can lead to falls. It's a subtle disconnection between the mind and the movement. The brain sends the signal to lift the leg, but the hip hesitates. The foot responds a fraction of a second too late. The body's balance doesn't quite catch up. That half-second delay can be the difference between staying upright and falling forward. This is exactly what happened to Richard, a 75-year-old retired mechanic with strong legs but poor coordination. It wasn't that I couldn't walk, he explained. It's that I'd bump into doorways. I'd lose my rhythm. I felt clumsy. So we started marching in place. Slowly at first. Lift one knee, then the other, perhaps with a little music in the background. After a week, he noticed a change. My feet know what to do again, he said. Here's how you can do it safely. Stand tall, near a sturdy surface for support if you need it. Begin by slowly lifting one knee toward your waist, then lower it and lift the other. There's no need to go fast or high, just lift enough that your body has to adjust and respond. Aim for 20 to 30 steps. Move with control, not momentum. You will feel your hip flexors working and your thighs activating. Your arms might even start swinging naturally. That's perfect. That is your body waking up and moving as one again. The more you do it, the more your walking will feel smoother, lighter, and more intentional. You'll notice fewer stumbles, better posture, and more energy, all from this one simple habit. Once you feel steady marching in place, we can go one step further. Literally. Let's begin to engage your outer hips and improve your side stability so you feel strong even when moving in unexpected directions. Walking forward is something we practice all the time. But what about those moments when you need to step to the side? Moving over in the kitchen, getting into a car, or stepping down from a curb. That is when your lateral stability comes into play, and most people ignore it until their hips start to feel wobbly or their knees unstable. Side leg raises are one of the most effective and gentle ways to strengthen the muscles that keep you centered. These are the muscles on your outer hips, which don't just support you when you walk. They act like stabilizers when your body shifts unexpectedly. I worked with a woman named Barbara, 78, who had a beautiful garden she'd stopped tending. Every time she stepped sideways between her plants, she felt like she would lose her balance. "I don't trust my legs unless I'm walking in a straight line," she told me. So we introduced side leg raises, just a few each day. By the end of the month, she was not only back in her garden, but was bending, reaching, and stepping over stones without holding on to anything. You can start right now. Stand near a wall or chair for support. Gently shift your weight onto one leg and slowly raise the other leg out to the side, just a foot or so off the ground. Keep your toes pointed forward, not up toward the ceiling. Hold for a moment, then bring your foot back down with slow, steady control. It may feel awkward at first. That's normal. These muscles don't get used much in our daily lives, especially if we move cautiously. But the more you practice this motion, the more stable and grounded you'll feel in all directions, not just forward. Aim for 10 repetitions on each side. Go slowly. If you feel a gentle warmth in the side of your hips, you're doing it perfectly. Remember, this isn't about looking graceful. It's about building a quiet, deep strength that protects you when life pulls you sideways. Now that we have activated your hips and improved your side-to-side control, it's time to focus on the final piece of the puzzle: your ankles. No matter how strong your legs are, if your ankles are stiff or weak, they can fail you in an instant. Your ankles are like the hinges on a door, small, often ignored, but absolutely essential. They allow you to pivot, adjust, and recover your balance when you slip or shift your weight. But here's what surprises many people. After 70, your ankles can quietly stiffen and lose their flexibility without you even realizing it. Until one day, you step on uneven ground and your ankle twists. I remember Mr. Howard, an 81-year-old grandfather who never missed his evening walk. One afternoon, he stepped off a curb just slightly off balance, and his ankle gave out. It wasn't broken, but the sprain took weeks to heal. "I never thought my ankles mattered much at my age," he said. It turns out they matter more than ever. That is why ankle circles are such a hidden gem. They are gentle and easy, but they retrain your joints to stay flexible and responsive, so they move with you, not against you. Here is how you do it. Sit in a comfortable chair with your back supported. Lift one foot slightly off the ground, just enough so it can move freely. Now, slowly begin to rotate your foot at the ankle, making full, smooth circles. Go clockwise first. Then switch to counterclockwise. Do about 10 circles in each direction, then switch legs. It might feel like nothing at first, but if your ankle feels stiff, makes little clicking sounds, or tires quickly, that's a sign those joints need this movement more than you realize. You can do this while watching television, talking on the phone, or winding down before bed. The motion helps keep the ligaments supple, encourages blood flow, and strengthens the tiny stabilizing muscles around your foot and ankle. Over time, you'll notice it's easier to adjust your step on uneven ground. Your foot will be less likely to roll, and your chances of a sudden twist or sprain will drop dramatically. By bringing your ankles back into the equation, you have now activated your entire lower body: hips, thighs, knees, calves, feet, and toes. These 7 movements may seem small, but together they build a powerful foundation for staying upright, mobile, and independent. And now that you've reconnected with your body, let's close with something just as important: reconnecting with your confidence. You have just done something powerful, more powerful than you might realize. Not just because you moved your legs, practiced your balance, or stretched your ankles, but because you chose to show up for yourself today. That decision to move, to care, to strengthen, that is what keeps us vital, not the number on a calendar. Growing older doesn't have to mean giving up control. It means learning new ways to stay in charge. And every one of these small daily movements is more than just an exercise. It is a quiet act of resistance, of resilience, of saying, "I'm not finished yet." I hope you feel a sense of pride, not only in what your body can do, but in your mindset. It is never too late to grow stronger. It is never too late to reclaim your steadiness. And it is never too late to feel confident with every single step you take. You see, we don't lose strength simply because we are aging. We lose it because we stop asking our bodies to be strong. This gradual loss has a name: sarcopenia. It's the age-related muscle loss that silently weakens the body over time, affecting over 50 million older adults worldwide. By age 80, the average person has lost nearly half the muscle mass they had in their youth. This isn't just about appearance, it's about the ability to live life on your own terms. Every year, hundreds of thousands of seniors are hospitalized after falls, most of which are linked directly to muscle weakness. But here is the powerful truth: this is not inevitable. Across the globe, superagers in their 70s, 80s, and even 90s continue to move, lift, and thrive because they have learned how to protect and rebuild their strength. And so can you. So let's continue this journey together, exploring the habits that help you stay strong, mobile, and full of life at any age. Moving your body with purpose each day is the most effective way to protect your independence. Your muscles respond beautifully to consistent challenges, and even the gentlest activity, when done with intention, can preserve your strength and boost your confidence. The goal is not to train like an athlete, but to keep your body resilient and ready for the adventure of everyday life. This journey begins with simple resistance work, just 2 or 3 times a week, to retain the power you need to stand tall, carry what you love, and move through the world with ease. You don't need a gym membership or a collection of heavy equipment to build strength. Simple, intentional movements, like pressing your hands firmly against a wall, rising from a chair without using your hands, or using resistance bands at home, can awaken key muscle groups. What truly matters is moving through a full range of motion, feeling your muscles gently awaken and engage. If your arms feel a bit stronger after carrying a bag of groceries, or your legs feel steadier after getting up from the floor, you are already building functional strength. Beyond scheduled workouts, using your own body weight in daily life is a natural and highly effective way to stay strong. These functional movements mimic real-life tasks, reinforcing the very strength you need to perform them. Climbing stairs, reaching overhead to put something on a high shelf, or squatting to pick something up from the ground. All of these activate muscles that truly matter. Even gardening, lifting a light laundry basket, or simply stepping onto a curb counts, especially when you do it with awareness and good form. These small activities might seem insignificant, but over time, they keep your muscles working in ways that protect against decline. While strength is essential, endurance and circulation are just as vital. A brisk walk, a slow cycle, or some light dancing for about 30 minutes a day helps nourish your muscles with oxygen, maintains cardiovascular health, and improves leg strength. And if you can't manage a full 30 minutes at once, spreading shorter walks throughout the day still offers meaningful benefits. A walk after a meal, taking the scenic route at the store, or pacing while you're on the phone, it all adds up. If joint discomfort makes walking difficult, a stationary bike or water-based exercise offers a gentler way to keep moving, reducing the impact on your knees and hips. Balance and flexibility are often overlooked, yet they are crucial for preventing injury and maintaining control over your body. Practices like Tai Chi, with its flowing motions and mindful shifts in weight, are excellent for strengthening stabilizing muscles and improving coordination. Yoga, especially in a chair or standing form, combines gentle stretching with balance poses that enhance joint flexibility and engage your core. Training your body to move gracefully and react quickly helps prevent falls, and fall prevention is one of the most important outcomes of any exercise routine for older adults. In addition to structured movement, staying lightly active throughout the day plays a powerful role in protecting your muscles. Long periods of sitting can quietly weaken them, so find reasons to move often. Stand and stretch while watching television, march in place while brushing your teeth, or do a few heel raises while waiting for the kettle to boil. Housework, light yard work, walking with grandchildren, or just choosing the stairs over the elevator. All of these keep your body in motion without ever feeling like a workout. These small bursts of physical activity, known as non-exercise activity thermogenesis, or NEAT, are linked to better muscle function, improved circulation, and a brighter mood. Ultimately, the most effective physical routines are the ones you genuinely enjoy and can stick with. If a movement feels uncomfortable, adapt it. If the weather keeps you inside, find something you can do safely at home. And if your motivation dips, just try for 5 minutes, because 5 minutes often turns into 10. The consistency of showing up for your body matters far more than the intensity. Habit number 2, smart nutrition. True muscle health begins at the table. Every meal you eat sends a direct signal to your body. either to build and protect muscle or to let it slowly fade away. For older adults, nutrition isn't a matter of dieting. It's a practice of fueling the body with the precise resources it needs to stay strong and independent. Start by ensuring your meals include enough high-quality protein. It's most beneficial to spread your protein intake evenly across 3 main meals and 1 or 2 snacks. This helps maintain a steady supply of amino acids for your muscles, which is especially important as the body becomes less efficient at processing protein over time. You don't need large portions, just consistency. Eggs at breakfast, lentils or tofu at lunch, and a serving of fish or lean poultry at dinner can go a long way. A small cup of Greek yogurt, a piece of cheese, or a handful of nuts between meals can keep your muscles supported throughout the day, without feeling heavy or difficult to prepare. After any physical activity, whether it's a walk, a balance session, or strength training, it's helpful to pair a source of protein with a small amount of healthy carbohydrates. This combination not only repairs muscle tissue, but also replenishes your energy stores. Something as simple as cottage cheese with fruit, a slice of whole grain bread with nut butter, or a smoothie made with banana and protein powder provides your body with the building blocks it needs to recover efficiently. To support the repair process even further, include foods rich in natural anti-inflammatory compounds. Fatty fish like salmon or sardines are excellent for this, as are plant-based options like flax seeds and walnuts. Colorful fruits, such as berries and cherries, are packed with antioxidants that help reduce the muscle damage caused by everyday activity. Adding a dash of turmeric to a warm drink or incorporating fresh ginger into a meal provides additional support without needing to rely on pills or powders. Collagen, while not a complete protein, plays a vital role in maintaining the connective tissues that support muscle movement. You can encourage your body's natural collagen production with foods like bone broth, chicken with the skin on, or gelatin-based dishes. To make this even more effective, pair these with vitamin C-rich ingredients like bell peppers or citrus fruits. This combination promotes the repair of tendons and ligaments, helping your muscles function smoothly and reducing the risk of injury during daily movement. Water is often forgotten, but it plays a crucial role in muscle function. Even mild dehydration can diminish strength, impair coordination, and increase the chance of cramping. Make it a habit to drink water consistently throughout the day, not just when you feel thirsty. Herbal teas, broths, and water-rich foods like cucumbers or oranges also contribute to your hydration. Including mineral-rich sources of electrolytes, such as leafy greens, seeds, or even a pinch of salt in your meals, helps maintain the delicate balance your muscles rely on to perform at their best. Just as important as what you eat is what you limit. Added sugars and highly processed foods may offer a quick burst of energy, but they provide very little support for your muscles. Worse, they can promote inflammation, increase fat accumulation, and interfere with the absorption of key nutrients. Swapping a sugary dessert for a piece of fresh fruit, replacing soda with infused water, and choosing whole, unprocessed foods more often are simple changes that will keep your muscle-building efforts on track. Your body thrives when your meals are balanced, regular, and made with intention. Eating to support muscle health isn't about rigid rules. It's about making steady, thoughtful choices that nourish you from the inside out. Habit number 3, recovery and supplements. We often think strength is built during the workout itself, but the real magic happens during recovery. The hours between your efforts matter just as much as the effort itself. Giving your body the rest, nutrients, and environment it needs to repair muscle tissue is essential for long-term strength and resilience. One of the most powerful tools for recovery is sleep. During deep rest, your body releases hormones that rebuild muscle fibers and restore your energy systems. Older adults benefit most from 7 to 9 hours of restful sleep each night, as interrupted or insufficient rest can slow down repair and increase physical fatigue. Establishing a regular sleep routine, limiting screen time in the evening, and keeping your bedroom cool and quiet all contribute to more restorative rest. Even a short nap can help recharge your energy if a good night's sleep is occasionally out of reach. Stress, too, has a direct and often silent effect on your muscles. Chronic worry or emotional strain increases cortisol, a hormone that, when elevated for too long, actually promotes the breakdown of muscle protein. Managing stress isn't just about finding mental peace. It's about protecting the very strength you've worked so hard to build. Simple habits like a daily walk in the fresh air, a few minutes of slow, deep breathing, listening to calming music, or enjoying a creative hobby can help shift your body into a more relaxed state. Spending time with supportive people, joining a group class, or sharing meals with friends can also provide meaningful stress relief and boost your motivation to stay active and well. In some cases, the body needs more than just food and rest. Certain supplements, when used wisely and under medical supervision, can support muscle function and overall recovery. Vitamin D, when kept at healthy levels, helps muscles contract properly and supports your balance. Calcium keeps your skeletal structure solid, so your muscles have a firm foundation to pull against. If your doctor recommends it, these nutrients can be added through food or supplements to maintain optimal levels. Creatine has been shown to enhance muscle energy and strength when combined with regular resistance activity. A small daily dose may help improve performance during workouts and support muscle retention in older adults, especially those looking to stay mobile and independent. However, it should always be discussed with a healthcare provider, particularly if you have kidney concerns or take regular medications. Other helpful nutrients include magnesium, potassium, and vitamin B12. Magnesium aids in muscle relaxation and may help with nighttime cramps or tension. Potassium, found abundantly in fruits and vegetables, supports nerve signals and fluid balance within muscle cells. Vitamin B12 is essential for energy and nerve function, and low levels can lead to weakness or tingling sensations. If blood tests reveal a deficiency, supplementation can help restore energy and improve muscle coordination. One often overlooked yet effective recovery habit involves temperature contrast therapy. Short bursts of cold, such as ending your shower with 30 to 60 seconds of cool water, can trigger brown fat activation and increase the release of adiponectin, a hormone that protects muscle from breakdown. On the other hand, heat exposure through sauna sessions or warm baths stimulates the production of proteins that help repair damaged muscle tissue. Regular use of these thermal therapies has been linked to slower muscle loss and improved cellular recovery, especially when practiced consistently a few times per week. Habit number 4. Monitoring and mindset. Strength is forged in consistency, but it is sustained by awareness. Paying attention to the signals your body sends, both physical and emotional, allows you to catch small issues before they grow into larger ones. Just as movement and meals fuel muscle growth, tracking your progress and nurturing your mindset keeps everything working in harmony. Start by checking in on your weight and functional strength every few weeks. A gradual, intentional change is one thing, but an unplanned drop of more than 5% of your body weight in under 6 months could be an early sign of muscle loss or undernutrition. You don't need fancy equipment to track your progress. Simply notice how your clothes fit, how easily you rise from a chair, or how steady you feel while climbing a flight of stairs. These simple indicators are just as valuable as a number on a scale. Some people find it helpful to write down weekly notes on their physical activity, energy levels, and eating habits. This kind of reflection helps you notice helpful patterns and adjust your routines before problems arise. Routine health checkups can reveal hidden barriers to muscle maintenance. Certain blood markers, like vitamin D and B12 levels, thyroid function, and blood sugar, can directly affect your energy and muscle performance. For men, low testosterone might also play a role in reduced muscle tone and motivation. A conversation with your doctor can uncover simple solutions, whether it's adjusting a medication or addressing a nutritional deficiency. Ask about your digestive health, too. If you're not absorbing nutrients well, even the best diet may not be enough. Some medications, like long-term steroids or certain statins, may also influence muscle function. Your doctor can help you find the right balance if needed. Annual check-ins, complete with lab work and physical assessments, provide peace of mind and keep your health strategy aligned with your goals. While tracking physical changes is important, your mindset plays an equally critical role. People who maintain a hopeful, action-oriented outlook tend to stick with their healthy routines for longer. Positivity isn't about ignoring challenges. It's about seeing yourself as capable of improving. This mindset fuels the motivation to keep walking, to keep preparing nourishing meals, and to keep showing up even when progress feels slow. Joining group classes, signing up for a community event, or simply walking with a neighbor can turn routines into sources of connection and joy. Learning something new, whether it's a simple recipe or a gentle exercise, stimulates both your mind and body, reinforcing the powerful habit of movement. No one follows a perfect routine every single day, and that's okay. Flexibility is a part of sustainability. If you miss a walk, forget a supplement, or feel off track for a few days, simply begin again. What matters most is showing up again with care, not guilt. Adjust your plan to your energy level. Try a shorter walk, fewer repetitions, or a lighter meal when you need to. If something isn't working, explore alternatives instead of stopping altogether. A warm bath instead of a walk on a sore day, or a comforting soup instead of a full dinner. These small choices keep your momentum going while honoring what your body needs in the moment. You don't need to change your entire life overnight. Just start with one habit, whichever feels easiest today. Whether it's a protein-packed breakfast, a 10-second muscle contraction, or a warm sauna session, each step is a powerful investment in your long-term strength, independence, and joy. If there's one habit to prioritize, let it be progressive resistance training. Even just 2 30-minute sessions a week can reverse years of muscle loss and help you reclaim the energy and freedom you thought were gone for good. Now, it's your turn. Which of these 4 habits are you already practicing? Which one surprised you the most? Do you know a strong, active senior who defies their age? Share your story in the comments. Inspire others. Have you ever finished a workout feeling not stronger, but somehow more fragile? Perhaps you've been diligently following the advice to stay active and keep moving, believing your legs would thank you for it. But lately you've noticed something strange. Your knees ache a little more. You feel wobbly when getting out of a chair, Climbing the stairs feels like hiking a mountain. Does that sound familiar? It's something many seniors go through. You do your best, stretching, walking, even trying a few strength moves at the gym, but somehow your legs just aren't getting stronger. In fact, they might even feel weaker than before. Here is a truth that most people won't tell you. Not all exercises are safe for seniors, especially not for your legs after 60. In fact, some of the most common moves that younger folks swear by can silently wear down your knees, strain your hips, and even speed up muscle loss if your body isn't ready for them. And no one warns you until it's too late. But today, I want to help you change that. I'm going to show you the 4 exercises that seniors should stop doing immediately. More importantly, I'll share safer, gentler alternatives that still build powerful leg strength without the pain or risk. Because after 60, protecting your legs means more than just staying active. It means moving smarter, not harder. So grab a comfy chair, relax, and let's walk through this together, one step at a time. Before we begin, I'd love to know where you're joining me from today. Drop a comment below and feel free to ask any questions you have. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a health-boosting tip from Health 365. Let's get started. Now, let's talk about a movement that's often praised as the king of leg exercises, the deep squat. You've probably seen it demonstrated by fitness trainers, athletes, or even younger people at the gym, sinking low with perfect form and popping right back up as if it's nothing. And maybe, years ago, you did it too, without a second thought. But after 60, your body tells a different story. Your knees may not bend the way they used to. Your hips might feel a little stiffer than before. And your balance? It isn't quite what it was 20 years ago. So here's the thing. When you attempt to do deep squats at this stage in life, it's no longer just about strength. It becomes a battle of joint pressure, stability, and muscle control. And if any one of those pieces isn't strong enough, it's your legs that pay the price. Let's imagine this for a moment. You stand with your feet shoulder-width apart, arms out in front for balance. You begin to lower yourself down, deep into a squat. But halfway down, your knees start to wobble. You feel a sharp pressure at the front of your kneecaps. Your heels might even lift slightly off the ground. And just when you try to push back up, your thigh muscles aren't firing. It's your knees, and only your knees, that are bearing all the weight. It sounds risky because it is. Deep squats put tremendous stress on the knee joint, especially the patella, or kneecap. And this is one of the first areas affected by age-related cartilage loss, or early osteoarthritis. When you sink past a certain angle, particularly below parallel, the compression on that joint increases dramatically. That's a serious problem if your cartilage is already thinning or inflamed. And the risk isn't just long-term wear and tear, it's also the immediate danger of falls, strains, or injuries that could set you back for weeks or even longer. So, should you stop squatting altogether? Absolutely not. But, and this is crucial, you need a version of the squat that respects where your body is today. You don't need to impress anyone with how low you can go. You just need to rebuild strength safely in the right muscles, your quadriceps, glutes, and hamstrings, without putting your knees in danger. So, what's the safer path? Let me introduce you to a much friendlier alternative, the chair squat. It might sound simple, but don't underestimate its power. You begin by standing in front of a sturdy chair, ideally one without wheels. Your feet are about hip-width apart, with your arms extended for balance. Now, slowly lower yourself down until your backside gently touches the seat, but don't sit all the way down. Just a light touch. Then push through your heels and stand all the way back up. This movement teaches control. It engages all your major leg muscles without letting you drop too deep. And if you feel unstable, the chair is right there to support you. Still feel nervous? You can start with an even higher surface, like the edge of a bed or a countertop, and gradually work your way down over time. And here's a small bonus tip. For the first few times, do it near a wall or keep a sturdy walker nearby just to give yourself that extra confidence. The beauty of the chair squat is that it perfectly mimics real-life movements, like standing up from the dinner table, using the toilet, or getting out of a car. These are the exact everyday actions that keep your legs strong and functional as you age. And if you're someone who has trouble even with the chair squat, that's okay too. You can start with seated knee extensions or assisted sit-to-stands, where you use the armrests to help push yourself up. The point is progress, not perfection. Because here is what I want you to remember. You don't need to squat deep to stay strong. You just need to squat smart. And smart means choosing movements that support your knees, protect your joints, and strengthen your muscles, all at the same time. Now, let's move on to another popular gym favorite, the leg press machine. It looks safe, doesn't it? You're seated. Your back is supported. There's no risk of falling. You just place your feet on a wide platform, push the weight up, bring it back down, and repeat. It sounds easy enough. In fact, many seniors gravitate toward this machine because it seems like a controlled way to build leg strength without needing to balance or move around. But here's the surprising truth. For people over 60, the leg press machine can quietly do more harm than good. Let's break it down. When you sit in the leg press machine, you're usually reclined at a slight angle. Your feet are placed high up, and the weights are loaded on either side or beneath the platform. When you push the leg press plate forward, the motion might feel deceptively smooth. But what's really happening beneath the surface? A tremendous amount of force is being funneled directly through your knees, your hips, and your lower back, often far more than your body would ever naturally encounter while walking, standing, or even squatting. And because you are lying back, your core and stabilizing muscles have no way to engage and offer support. It's a one-way street of pressure, directed straight into your joints. The most unnerving part? You won't feel the damage right away. It's a quiet accumulation. But over time, you might notice a new stiffness after a workout, or a twinge of pain when you climb the stairs. Perhaps it's a sudden, sharp protest from your back when you bend to pick something up. That's not just aging. It's often the consequence of strain caused by loading the body inappropriately, in the wrong position. And there's another danger most people overlook: overconfidence. Because the machine feels so secure, many people, including seniors, load it with far more weight than their joints can safely handle. After all, it's not like you're balancing a heavy barbell on your back, right? But this artificial sense of security is a trap. Your knees don't know whether the weight comes from a machine or a squat rack. They only feel the pressure. And if your cartilage is already thinning, or the discs in your lower back are compressed, the damage can creep in, quietly and steadily. So, does this mean strength training is off the table? Not at all. It simply means choosing movements that strengthen your legs through their natural range of motion, rather than forcing them into a pattern that places your joints under unnatural stress. So what's a better choice? Try supported step-ups. Find a very low, sturdy step, something no higher than 6 to 8 inches. Stand beside a counter or a railing for support. Slowly, bring one foot up onto the step, then follow with the other to meet it. Then, just as carefully, step back down. The key is to move slowly, with complete control. There's no rushing, no jumping, just steady, intentional movement. This kind of exercise mirrors real life, like climbing stairs or stepping up onto a curb. And best of all, it engages your legs, glutes, and even your core, but without channeling all that pressure into your knees and lower spine. If a step feels like too much at first, that's perfectly fine. You can begin with seated leg extensions using a resistance band, or even gentle mini squats while holding onto a chair. Another excellent option is the standing heel raise. Hold onto the back of a chair for balance. Slowly lift your heels from the ground, rising onto your toes, and then lower yourself back down with control. This strengthens your calves and improves ankle stability. Both are essential for strong, steady legs. Remember, the goal isn't to look like a bodybuilder. The goal is to build real-life strength, the kind that helps you get out of a car with ease, carry your groceries, or go for a long walk without worrying about a misstep. Now, let's talk about something that might seem innocent. Those quick, bouncy movements often promoted as great cardio. We're talking about jumping jacks, box jumps, skipping in place, or those high-energy routines in online workout videos where the instructor cheerfully calls out, "Just a little jump, you've got this." You've seen them. Maybe you've even tried them, hoping to get your heart pumping. But here is the truth. After the age of 60, your body is simply not designed to handle repeated impact, especially on hard surfaces. You see, when you were younger, your joints had more natural cushioning. Your tendons were more elastic. Your muscles recovered faster. A few jumps were of little consequence. But now, every single jump sends a sharp, jarring force traveling up through your ankles, knees, hips, and into your lower back. And without the same shock absorption you once had, that force isn't distributed evenly. Instead, it concentrates right where it can do the most harm. Imagine this with me. You're standing in your living room, ready to follow the video. The instructor says, "Now let's warm up with 30 jumping jacks." You begin, arms and legs moving. But by the 10th jump, your knees are sending a signal. There's a faint twinge in your heel. And after the workout is over, your hips ache when you sit down. Does that sound familiar? The worst part is that you didn't even realize the damage was happening in the moment. That is the hidden danger of high-impact moves at this age. They feel like a good workout, until the pain arrives the next day. Or worse, it contributes to a small fall or twist from which you can't quite recover. Now, don't misunderstand. Cardio is still incredibly important. It boosts your circulation, supports your heart, and helps deliver oxygen and nutrients to your muscles. But jumping is not the only way to get your heart rate up. In fact, for seniors, it's one of the riskiest. So, what is a better option? Let's start with something simple. Marching in place. Yes, that's right, just marching. Stand tall and lift one knee at a time in a gentle, steady rhythm. Swing your arms naturally. Focus on your breath. You'll be surprised how quickly your heart rate rises, all without pounding your joints. Another excellent alternative is the side step. You can place a resistance band just above your knees for an extra challenge, or simply skip it if you're just starting. Slowly step from side to side, staying light on your feet. This works your outer thighs and glutes, getting your blood flowing while your feet stay safely on the ground. Feeling confident? You can even try seated cardio. Sit on the edge of a sturdy chair and perform fast-paced toe taps, leg lifts, or even light arm punches. It's wonderfully low impact, but still boosts your energy and endurance. And if you enjoy music, turn on your favorite song and simply dance, gently. Sway from side to side. Step forward and back. Move with joy, not with force. Here is what matters most. You are staying active in a way your body can sustain. Because every time you jump and land, even from a small hop, your legs absorb shock that can accumulate over time. The risk isn't just soreness, it's inflammation, tendon damage, or even a fall that could rob you of months of your mobility. So the next time you're tempted by that energetic, bouncing instructor on the screen, just pause. Ask yourself, is this movement kind to my knees? Will my joints thank me for this later? And if the answer is probably not, it is perfectly okay to press pause and choose a smarter move. Let's move to the final exercise on our list, one that looks deceptively simple but can quietly chip away at your leg strength if you're not careful. The lunge. Lunges are everywhere. Fitness magazines praise them. Personal trainers love them. And younger people can make them look so graceful. 1 foot forward, back straight, moving down and up like a well-oiled machine. But for seniors, especially those over 60, performing a lunge without support can be like walking a tightrope while wearing a blindfold. Let's break down why. When you perform a standard forward lunge, you step 1 foot far ahead. Your front knee bends, your back leg drops, and your weight shifts forward. Here lies the problem. You are now balancing on 2 very narrow tracks, while your body struggles to stay centered. This requires strong thighs, flexible hips, stable ankles, good balance, and sharp coordination, all at once. And if even one of those elements is slightly off, you put your entire lower body at risk. Picture the moment. You take a step forward into a lunge. You feel slightly off balance, but you push through. As you lower your back knee, your front knee suddenly drifts too far forward, perhaps even past your toes. Your heel lifts slightly off the floor. You feel a sharp tug in your thigh. And just as you try to push back up, you wobble. You catch yourself, but your knee felt that. So did your hip. This is how it begins. A small strain, a tiny slip, a slow bruising of the very muscles you are trying to protect. Here's what most people don't realize. Unassisted lunges load nearly all the pressure onto one side of your body. It's like doing a one-legged squat with no hand support. And after 60, when balance naturally begins to decline and reflexes slow just a bit, that movement becomes less about fitness and more about risk management. So, should seniors avoid lunges entirely? Not necessarily. In fact, lunges, when performed safely, are fantastic for building leg strength, improving hip mobility, and even helping your posture. But the key word is safely. Here's how to do that. Start with supported reverse lunges. Instead of stepping forward, which sends your center of gravity away from you, you step backward, and you do it right next to a chair, countertop, or wall for balance. Place your hands lightly on the support. Take a slow, controlled step back with 1 foot. Lower yourself gently, only as far as feels comfortable, and focus on keeping your front knee aligned with your ankle. Then, return to standing. This variation puts far less stress on your knees, helps keep your torso upright, and allows you to remain in complete control. There's no tipping forward, no guesswork. You can also try static split stance bends. For this, you keep both feet planted, one in front of the other, and slowly lower yourself up and down like a mini lunge, using support the entire time. If even that feels shaky, start with seated leg curls using a resistance band or simple step backs while holding onto a chair, small steps that still engage the right muscles, but without the risk. The idea isn't to avoid challenges. It's to respect where your body is today, and to give it the tools to get stronger without inviting danger. Because here is the hard truth. One bad lunge, one misstep, one sharp twist, and you could be off your feet for weeks, maybe even longer. And when you're not moving, muscle loss accelerates, joints stiffen, confidence drops. It is a cycle we must strive to avoid. Let's just take a moment to breathe. If you've made it this far, you've already done something powerful. You have chosen to listen to your body. And that is one of the most important things we can do as we age. Too often, we are told to push through the pain or to keep doing what works for younger people. But the truth is, your body, after 60, plays by a different set of rules. And that isn't a weakness. It is wisdom. So today, we are letting go of 4 common exercises that may no longer be serving you. Deep squats that punish your knees, leg press machines that silently compress your joints, jumping routines that stress every landing, and lunges without support that risk your balance. In their place, we have welcomed gentle, joint-friendly movements, the kind that protect your strength, not just test it. Because leg strength is so much more than muscle. It's the ability to walk into your garden with confidence. It's climbing a step without fear. It's standing tall while waiting in line and saying yes to the world without hesitation. And here is the beautiful part. You don't need grueling, intense workouts to reclaim that strength. You just need consistency, care, and the right approach. If this message resonated with you, if you felt seen, understood, or inspired, then we invite you to stay connected. Share your experience in the comments. What exercises have helped or hurt your legs after 60? And if you would like more warm, gentle, and trustworthy health tips made especially for seniors, don't forget to subscribe to Health 365. At Health 365, we believe that every day is a new chance to feel stronger, live wiser, and age beautifully. One smart step at a time. Your legs still have miles to go. Let's make sure every step feels steady, strong, and full of life. We're walking this journey with you. And we're just getting started.